us on the BSCS News and Reports. I am Olayinka Ilori. First, the main points. Ekiti Speaker Aribasoye advises citizens on lessons of Christmas. Tinubu promises more interventions to ease hardship. UK jails Nigerian students over bomb threat. Israel arrests hundreds of Hamas jihad members. The news in details. The vicar of the New Era Anglican Church Onola in Ado-Ekiti, Reverend Canon Taiwo Gundare, has called on Nigerians to remember the poor and the needy as they celebrate Christmas. Canon Gundare, who made the call at today's church service in Ado-Ekiti, urged Christians to ensure that they put smiles on faces of the less privileged during the season. The cleric said that every Christian must remember the needy by extending the love of the season to them. Reverend Canon Gundare explained that despite all the personal and collective challenges, the faithful should always remember the significance of Christmas. And civil servants in Ekiti State have rounded off this year's Civil Service Week with a thanksgiving to God. The event, which was held at the Government House Chapel at Ado-Ekiti earlier in the week, witnessed presentation of award to 14 workers who distinguished themselves in their various ministries, departments, and agencies. BSCS reporter Sunday Daramola completes the story.
The governor, who was represented by the head of service, Mr. Sunday Komolafe, explained that the move was one of the ways to acknowledge and reward loyalty and professionalism in the state public service.
To celebrate ourselves and to appreciate those who have worked diligently within the year. And in the course of doing that, every ministry submits names of their best workers. And out of the names submitted, there's a committee set up to screen them, and at the end of the day, they came up with the list of these 14 people that just were awarded for their outstanding performance. And that to serve as maybe a challenge and motivation for others.
Governor Ibanji noted that the recognition was to further underscore the importance and relevance of workers at ensuring the successful implementation of government policies and programs.
Governor has offered us a no-leave branch of leave. For being on this week award, I urge them to redouble their efforts and ensure that the Bao administration succeeds in all the 6 pillars of this agenda.
The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Establishment and Service Matters, Mr. Mufutawa Aremu, commended civil servants for showing uncommon zeal and consistency in their performances.
I was one of our officers. Yesterday we all gathered to listen to the head of service and to interact with him. Right from the beginning of these activities, we have been recorded very lightly. We want to appreciate all of you.
Mr. Aremu said that the present administration will continue to rely on their dedication and commitment towards the actualization of the 6-point agenda and the shared prosperity mantra of the present administration. He said that government will continue to prioritize the welfare of the workforce for increased productivity. 14 award recipients were selected from the junior and senior categories. The best civil servant in the senior category, Mr. Taye Adelusi from the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development, on behalf of other recipients, said that the honor will motivate and encourage them to put in their best.
It was very great task, and then I believe thereafter other opportunities are going to be given to me to act in one capacity and deliver to the state government. 2024, I'm set and I'm encouraged to do better.
The presentation of gifts to the best civil servant in the state was part of activities to mark the 2023 Civil Service Week. Sunday Daramola reporting.
While the Speaker of Ekiti State House of Assembly, Mr. Diwi Aribasoye, has felicitated the government and people of the state on this year's celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ. In a statement by a special advisor on media, Babajide Agbeyo, the Speaker underscored the significance of Christmas season, which introduced Christ to the world as a savior, reformer, and giver of joy. Mr. Aribasoye, who underlined the birth of Christ as good news to the world, emphasized the importance of emulating Christ and promoting peace as partners in the Ekiti project. Aribasoye echoed the determination of the 7th Assembly under his leadership to continually collaborate with Governor Biodun Oyèbánjí to ensure optimal delivery of dividends of democracy to Ekiti people. Also, President Bola Tinubu has said his administration will continue to implement more palliative measures to ease the hardship occasioned by the discontinuance of petrol subsidy and the unification of the exchange rate, among other economic reforms. Tinubu affirmed that his maiden Christmas message to Nigerians that his administration will continue to implement palliative measures to ease the burden on the most vulnerable, address current hardship, and alleviate the suffering of all. In the personal signed statement, the president appealed to the citizens to hold fast and rest assured of his commitment to govern with vision, dedication, empathy, and as it transits the nation to stability, prosperity, and renewed hope. Meanwhile, residents of 16 more communities in Ekiti State have benefited from the Phase 1 of the Ojúṣe Báwo outreach, an initiative of Governor Oyèbánjí to assist the less privileged in Ekiti State. Part of the communities included Idoile, Ayede, Oye, Aramoko, Ìpólè-Ìlọ́rọ̀, Erio, Ode, Omo, Aisegba, Oduoro, and Ìjẹ̀ṣà-Iṣu Ekiti. Government House reporter Yemi Olajutemu completes the story.
The team was in Idoile, Ayede, Oye, Aramoko, Ìpólè-Ìlọ́rọ̀, Erio, Ode, Omo, Aisegba, Oduoro, and Ìjẹ̀ṣà-Iṣu Ekiti. Others were Awo, Igede, Iye, Igbaraodo, and Iwo-Omoba Ekiti. Mrs. Aderu said that the development was as a result of the economic situation in the country. Noted that the Oyèbánjí administration was doing everything possible to alleviate the hardship caused by the fuel subsidy removal. She said that the program was meant for those who could not write letters of assistance to the governor.
It's a continuous process. It's not stopped. It's not because it's festive period. It's just that we decided to kick off during this season. So every month we'll still go around communities to reach out to the petty traders to help boost the economy of the state as well. By next month, God willing, we will kick off from where we stopped.
Mrs. Abe called on worthy citizens to always assist the less privileged in the society. The senior special assistant advised the beneficiaries to use the money for their businesses and promised more support from government. The beneficiaries thanked the governor and prayed for his administration.
Thank you so much. So what can you say to the governor? I'm saying thank you to Mr. Governor. Thank you. Thank you. I will do it like smart thing to buy another thing for him.
During the tour, the Oloye of Ekiti, Oba Ademola Ademolajo, and the Onigede of Ekiti, Oba James Aladesuru, commended the governor for the initiative. Yemi Olajutemu reporting.
In the same vein, the wife of the Ekiti State Governor, Dr. Olayemi Abiodun Oyèbánjí, has called on well-to-do individuals in the state to reach out to the vulnerable and less privileged in the spirit of the season. The First Lady, who gave the charge while distributing cash and food items to over 100 widows and APC women leaders in the state, said that the vulnerable must be taken care of, particularly at this crucial period. Dr. Abiodun Oyèbánjí sought the prayers and support of the widows to the present administration, adding that government will continue to strive to better the lots of the downtrodden. She congratulated the women on witnessing yet another Christmas, charging them to celebrate moderately and also reach out to others. Responding on behalf of other beneficiaries, the coordinator of the program, Mrs. Kemi Dairo, and APC women leader, Mrs. Caroline Egunjobi, thanked the wife of the governor for the show of love. The First Lady also donated cash and food items to the Children Correctional Center, Transit Home in Ado, and Children's Home in Inyekiti. In the meantime, the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC has called on President Bola Tinubu and other political leaders to use the festive periods to seek creative measures to lift Nigerians out of the present suffering and hardship. The NLC President Joe Ajaero who made the call in his Christmas message, said Nigerians expect from government concrete actions with solid results. And some travelers in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, has commended the federal government for granting a 50% discount on their fare tickets to various destinations within the country. They made the commendation in the separate interviews and commended the federal government for paying half of their bills. Earlier, President Bola Tinubu approved the commencement of the 50% discount on the ticket fare by road effective from this month till January 4. Meanwhile, the Jigawa State Commissioner of Police, Amadu Abdullahi, has directed area commanders, divisional police officers, and operational commanders in the state to lead youth operations. The order was contained in a statement by the Commandant Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Lawal Shisu, in Tutsi. The Commissioner urged the officers to ensure a high level of visibility policing and confidence building patrols around the worship centers, recreational and residential areas, as well as other places of public resorts to prevent any inflammatory by unscrupulous elements. And the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, has warned against the URAF, says it has filed a lawsuit against the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited for failing to disclose details of Nigeria's daily oil production, exportation, and revenue since the removal of fuel subsidy in May 2023. In a suit filed at the Federal High Court in Abuja, SERAP sought an order to compel NNPCL to disclose the number of barrels of oil Nigeria produces and exports daily, as well as total revenues generated from oil production since the subsidy was removed. Former Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Sanusi Lamido Sanusi recently alleged that NNPCL had failed to remit enough foreign exchange into the treasury despite the removal of fuel subsidy. This is the broadcasting service of Ekiti State. For news, information, or comments, send to bscsnewsroom@gmail.com. The police officer who reportedly shot movie director Aziz Ijaduade at a movie site at Ilisan Remo, Ogun State, has been arrested. The State Command Police spokesman Omolola Odutola, who gave the information to newsmen, said that investigations had commenced into the sad incident. Ijaduade was shot while at a hotel in Iperu Remo, Ogun State. Also, the Commissioner of Police in Ogun State, Abiodun Alamotu, has paid a visit to Aziz Ijaduade, the actor who was reportedly shot by a policeman at Iperu, Ikeme local government area of the state. Alamotu, who arrived the Babcock University Teaching Hospital, was ushered into the Mills surgical ward where Ijaduade was admitted after the senior corps had listened to some colleagues of the victim. He emphasized that the officer who fired the shot is already facing disciplinary actions. And several shops and goods have been destroyed following a gas explosion that occurred at a market at the council bus stop, Ikotun area of Lagos State. The director of Lagos State Fire and Rescue Services, Margaret Adisheye, who gave the information, added that no casualties were recorded in the incident, which she noted was caused by negligence during the refilling of a gas cylinder. In a related development, a fire incident at Alfayaya area of Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, has destroyed property including drugs, furniture, and assorted drinks estimated at 23.8 million naira. The fire, which affected 7 flats and 2 shops at number 5 at the compound, burned 3 of the 7 flats, while the 2 shops were completely destroyed with items. Head of Media and Publicity, Kwara State Fire Service, Hassan Adekunle, confirmed the incident, adding that men of the fire service worked excellently to maximize the damage caused by the fire. Again, at least 11 persons have been confirmed dead following a fatal accident at Kwara Ganju town in Jigawa State. The police command's public relations officer, DSP